just worried we're not going to get along.
Why is that?
Well, I'm more of a Lin-Manuel Samantha.
Yeah.
I thought about what Samantha said that week, and I thought, New York is my
Lynn,
first
you're not
love.
the Carrie. Lauren's the Carrie. Please sign my Hamilton play.
A little Sex and the City humor from the folks at SNL.
Original cast
Great
from your
musical
first
act this weekend, too.
performance in the
21 Pilots will join. We're going to end on Dolly Parton. Now, she's collaborated with a lot of stars, but guess who she might like to work with next? Any guesses? That's right, Snoop Dogg. Dolly saying that her husband not only loves him, but also can relate to him, so a duet is indeed possible. That got us thinking, what would a Dolly Parton Snoop song sound like?
Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
Drop it like it's hot.
There you go.
Drop it like it's hot.
Call it the Drop It Like It's Hot Jolene special there.
Pop it like it's hot.
Right. We also like the
Pop it like it's hot.
Islands in the Gin and Juice stream, perhaps.
That's really good.
D-double-L-Y. There you go. That would be a good collaboration. There's your
You
pop
do
star
a
today.
decent
Yes,
Snoop.
he
Oh,
does.
yes.
Things you learn. All right, Carson, thanks. Let's send it over to Matt.
All right, thank you, Savannah. Back in March, tennis superstar Maria Sharapova was banned from the sport for 2 years for failing a drug test at the Australian Open. Sharapova claimed she was unaware that the substance she had been using had been recently banned. Here's part of what she had to say at the time.
I take great responsibility and professionalism in my job every single day, and I made a huge mistake. I know that with this, I face consequences, and I don't want to end my career this way, and I really hope that I will be given another chance to play this game.
Well, on Tuesday, Sharapova's suspension was reduced to 15 months, meaning she can return to tennis in April. And she's joining us now. Maria, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I want to take you back to that press conference. You said, I made a huge mistake. But in your mind, it was an honest mistake. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, absolutely. When I got the email that I made this violation back in March, my first instinct was, I need to go out to the world and I need to tell the truth and what actually happened. And I did it within a couple of days, and I'm actually really proud of the moment, because what I said from the first day is the same thing that I'm saying today.
And so when the punishment was handed down and it was a 2-year suspension, which I understand the ITF, the International Tennis Federation, had actually wanted a longer ban, did you think that the punishment fit the crime?
For an honest mistake, a 2-year ban, I don't think was correct. I had admitted my mistake. I also knew that there was a responsibility that the ITF and other organizations had in order to notify me of new prohibited substances, especially when someone was taking a substance that was completely legal for 10 years, and from one day to the next it becomes illegal, and you have no notices, no emails, no direct communications, such as other associations and federations did.
So here comes CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and they basically agree with you. They say they found no deliberate attempt to dope. They found no deliberate attempt to cover up doping. They say it's an honest mistake, and that raises a question. So why didn't they just release the suspension today? Why do you think you have to continue through 15 months?
Well, the least I could have received was 1 year, based on the current rules, the ITF rule book. So I received 15 months because I didn't delegate the job to my agent well enough. I didn't check with him at the end of 2015 and make sure that he was checking that list. So that's what I got the 3 extra months for.
But there's nothing else we don't know. So when you said you made a huge mistake, there's nothing that has not come out as to why this Court of Arbitration might have continued with 15 months.
Nothing at all. And the last 6 cases, including myself, that the ITF has made has been overturned by CAS. So they're doing something incorrectly.
You know this cheater. What kind of response or welcome back do you think you're going to get to the sport from your peers? Let's start with your peers first.
I think I've been respected as an athlete ever since I came on tour. I'm tenacious. I'm a fighter. I show a lot of spirit out on the court, and I think a lot of players and a lot of fans really respect that, and the impact that I've had on millions of lives, I've really recognized in these last 7 months, and the people that have come up to me on the streets, airports, in cars, and just said, I can't wait to see you back. It's been pretty incredible.
And yet for all the supportive people, there are probably people who are on the other side of the fence. Might you face some boos? Are you prepared for that?
I faced boos before. I'm sure I'll face boos in the future for different reasons, but that's part of sport. That's what makes it exciting. That adds that extra pressure, and I love it.
What about getting back to the sport and getting back to the top of the sport? You're going to turn 30 just before you take to the court again.
Yes.
Can you get back into top form?
That's my goal, and that's what I asked for. I feel that ever since I received that email in March, I started my comeback. I knew I would be out for a year at least, and I knew that I had to put my mind be in the right frame of mind to start my comeback, and I've had that in my mind, and I can't wait.
And do you think there will be any impact in not using that substance that you used for 10 years, which is said to perhaps increase your lung capacity? Can you have the endurance you once had without using that substance?
Well, look, I will look with my medical team for a substitute for something that is legal and that is permissible to take.
What's the takeaway from all this? What's the lesson?
I think, well, the biggest lesson for me is that I don't think anything is handed to you in life that you can't handle. As an athlete, it was probably one of the toughest things that I've had to handle. I've had shoulder surgery in my career after my third major that I won at 21 years old. It came out of nowhere. I've had to face this in the last 7 months, and everything you think, why is this happening? What is the real core message? But at the end of the day, it makes you stronger, and I'm 29 years old. I have an incredible future ahead of me, and I just can't wait to get back on the court.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to stop by and talk about it this morning so openly, Maria.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. And let's head it over to Carson.
Guys, come on, we're on the air. Get ready. All right, thank you. Just ahead, what you need to consider before adopting a new pet. And Jill steals and deals to help you stay cozy and warm this fall. But first, your local news
I know I have no more
and
treats.
weather.
I have no treats.
This is a News 4 Today news break.
Good morning, 8:26 now on this Wednesday, October 5th. I'm Aaron Gilchrist. Right now, some problems with the morning commute. Let's get right over to Melissa Mollet.
Good morning, Aaron. So right now, still have this problem that we've been talking about on Twitter this morning. Northbound Branch Avenue before the Beltway. Right now, I understand that all lanes are blocked inbound because of a crash. Another problem, eastbound Sudley Manor Drive, east of Prince William Parkway, have all lanes blocked there, and 66 inbound before 50. The right lane is blocked by a crash. Still slow here, 95 northbound and southbound near Powder Mill Road. Aaron?
All right, Melissa, thank you. We'll check on the forecast when we come back.
News 4 Today, sponsored by Next Day Blinds, Washington's favorite choice for window coverings.
It's the Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery's Columbus Day sale. Get 30% off recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, bonus savings of an extra 5% on everything. Friday through Monday.